What's up? What's going on? Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload. You see the plugs up top and the plugs down below. Those will give you guys discounts. Let's jump right into the weather. Let's get right into this shit. All right. Texas at Washington, a few sprinkles early with heavier rain, likely just after first pitch. We'll need to make sure the Nats don't do anything silly like late starting for a few drops of rain. But so long as they start on time, I think the game is likely okay. Watch the weather, okay? It's major, major key. Oakland at Boston, increasing chance of a late game, of a delay late game, but we probably avoid it altogether. Yellow orange, Chicago at New York Yankees. Just too close to call this far out. Maybe too close to call even by first pitch. We'll see. Storm should fire just west of New York City by a few miles. And hopefully stay just west. But the line between the game plays fine with storms nearby, and game is a complete total wash out. It's a razor thin one. All right, so that's we got to watch out for that Cubs game, and then Kansas City Royals here. Looks like rain bubbles up east of of Cleveland and moves east. No worries. Detroit winds out to center at around 10 miles an hour. Baltimore and Minnesota winds out to left at 15 miles an hour. Colorado and San Francisco winds out to center at 15 miles an hour in a park that minimizes wind impact. Okay. Keep an eye on this Cubs game. I was targeting a little something there, but maybe I might fall back because of the weather. Another play I was looking at as well, but Texas Rangers at Washington Nationals. I'm gonna talk about these games as if there were no weather. Like I said, Texas Rangers at Washington Nationals here. They sold yesterday. However, we got a 10.5 over under in this spot here. Favored to the under. Um, Texas Rangers they minus 210 home favorites. I mean road favorites, and the run line is looking kind of juicy there at a minus 138. So that's kind of juiced up there. This game here is going to set the tone. The day there was like six batters that I really liked. When it came to let me get some of this shit out of here. But like I said, it was about five or six batters that I really liked here. As far as when you're looking at hits, runs, and RBIs and shit like that. You got Corbin on the mound. Corbin, I mean, they just, they continues to. I mean, this is the story here. I mean, it's like, I don't target him for Ks. Outs means basically they leave him out there for what? Leave him out there for what? To draw walks. The walks here are in play here at a 1.5 at a minus 143. If they don't tear his ass up first, they leave him out there because he gives up hits and then lately, he's been giving up earned runs. 4 runs or better in 3 of his last 4 games. He showed signs in the beginning of the season or the middle of the season, middle of the first half, that he was, doing okay in this area right here. But it was a matter of time before he started imploding. Okay, so where I really like here is going to be the right hand batters here, and then you can sprinkle in um 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 you can sprinkle in oh, you know what? Let me go over here to my batters. I'm sorry, Seager. But I'll give you guys some guys to look at here. I don't know how would I rank these guys. I don't know how we'll rank these guys here, but I expect this team to put up some. Their team total is sitting at 6 right now. I looked at the first 5 team total, and it's sitting at 3.5. So like, ooh, either way it goes though, let me scroll down through my fantasy player pool here. And I had a lot of bats in there, but I won't give you guys all these bats. But I will tell you, Seaman, he's due for an outbreak. Okay, Jonah Heim, the switch, he can turn to the right. He's been okay as of late. and he's in play. Corey Seager is self-explanatory. He's 5 for 28 versus him. Josh Young, I think he hit a few bombs yesterday. Uh, he's definitely in play here. However you want to look at it. Um, like I said, Patrick Corbin is pitching his worst, pitching his worst versus righties. Ezekiel Duran, okay, here's a guy over 1,000 OPS versus lefties. He can take his ass to the yard today. Adolis Garcia is another guy who can get down on them. Okay, so all those righties are in play with a mix in a little lefty of Corey Seager there. That's like six bats. I think his ass in major trouble today. We'll see. If I'm betting this game here, it's going to be Texas Rangers or nothing for me. Even you can looking at Dunning here. Dunning, I like his outs prop here, sitting at 16 and a half. He doesn't have to pitch 7 innings. I don't know. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I had to sprinkle something on it. You know what I'm saying? I got it at a minus 127, I think. Um, I had to look at that notification right there. I had to take it. I had to take it. He doesn't have to go 6 innings. I don't. I mean, it's not a play that I'm giving out, but never know what happens here. Dunning has been okay in a lot of instances here, a lot of games here. He's been okay, especially the last 4 games. Hasn't given up more than 2 runs. All right. Um, I'm probably just going to look away from the Washington Nationals bats. They're a little bit hard to predict right now. Lane Thomas, and like I say, anytime he gets a lefty, he's in play. But today, probably just going to fall back. And Meneses, he's got like 3 home runs in 2 games. Uh, Probably somebody like Candelario you probably can look at today, but I'm probably just gonna follow back off of them. This Oakland Athletics and Boston Red Sox game, you got an over under 9.5 in this one. I did not go extensively into this one here. Looks like Boston Red Sox probably gonna have a bullpen game or something here. Sears, I'm not opposed. I mean, Sears is okay. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking at Justin Turner. Justin Turner has good numbers versus lefties. You can look at Devers, but those are probably the only couple bats that I'm looking at right now. Not too big on that game. It is a 9.5 over under, but I don't want to be sitting around guessing and shit. If I was to bet on this game, of course it would be Boston Red Sox or nothing. But I don't mind. I wish they would have had a solitary pitcher up there instead of the bullpen. Yesterday, uh, uh, Paxton let me down big time. Chicago Cubs at New York Yankees here over under 8.5. We got weather concerns here. Normally, I would take the outs here. If I can get a green light on the weather, I would take the outs here for Kyle Hendricks. He's hit this number in every game except for 3, 17.5 at a minus 120. What I was looking at here for the I was for the Yankees, just, you know, I mean, even last 30 days, they just haven't been the best team versus right hand pitching. Are they getting ready to turn around right now? I don't know. They hit lefty up yesterday, but that was a lefty, like I said. But like WRC plus, these Yankees, they dead last in the last 30 days right there. As you can see, what was it? OPS, they dead last in OPS. Slugging, where they at? Um, Third worst is slugging. Like, I don't know, man. You know, at an average, they last like versus right hand pitching last 30 days. Haven't looked on the season though. On the season, uh, they just last 30 days. That's really the only thing that I looked at. So Hendricks, he just doesn't give up a lot of he don't give up a lot of bombs, home runs, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we'll see. I'm gonna stay away from this game here. If this was a sunny game, a great, no weather concerns, I tell you what I would do. Be looking at here. We know guys like Stanton. These guys are home run guys. They can hit home runs against anybody. Stanton and Donaldson and stuff like that. But as far as a bat, I'd be looking at Christopher Morel. Um, versus righties, he's got over 900 OPS. So that's who I'd be looking at, and then I'd probably be looking at outs for Hendricks over 17.5. Yeah, not gonna pick a side. We got over under 8.5 in this. Not gonna pick a side. I'm gonna keep it moving. Rizzo yesterday he did not hit them hits, runs, and RBIs for me. He only got a hit, and then Bader he hit the hits, runs, and RBIs. But either way it goes, Philadelphia Phillies at Miami Marlins here. We got an over under 7 in this spot. Shout out to Soler. Um, definitely hit the home run for me. I mean, anytime you get a lefty versus uh, a lefty versus a Soler versus a lefty, he's in play for at least 3 total bases in the home run. Either way it goes, this game here, we got Nola on the mound, we got Lazardo on the mound. Really good pitching matchup here. Um, I'm not even going to look to bats here. When I do back Lazardo, I like to back him at home. He's got great K stuff. I'll show you guys some of the K numbers that these guys possess here. Let me just back it on up real fast so you guys can see. Nola. He's sporting a 24% K rate overall, 25% to lefties, 24 to righties. There, make sure you get get the lineups because there's some K's there's some K's in this lineup here. So I couldn't talk you off his K prop. Um. Oh, and the other side here, we're looking at Lazardo here. Lazardo's got a 28%, 28.7% K rate overall, with a 32% K rate to lefties, 27.8 to righties. And then there's some Ks in this lineup too. Schwarbers, Real Mutos. We'll see who's in the lineup. Gotta see who's in there first. You know. Um. Mm, I don't see Harper. Is he hurt? Interesting. I have to look. That might be potentially open up for another high K candidate guy. So, like I said, yes. Not picking a side in this one here. It does have an underfield to it. Maybe I might just go with the no run first inning this one here, and or maybe a under 1.5 runs first inning, and then mix and match some Ks, something like on the fly. You know what I'm saying? Something like that on the fly, on the bankroll builder side here, but not one of my favorite games to look at for bats here. Let's see. Um, Maybe I can get something like an under 1.5 runs there for the first inning, and then maybe mix and match some Ks. What can we get? Uh, 6 Ks for Lazardo. Then what? 5 Ks for Nola. That's a -108. I don't know if you want to go there or not. That I haven't I don't know if I'm gonna go there either. It might be some. Matter of fact, I'm gonna sprinkle something on that. Not much, but I'm gonna sprinkle something on that. Okay, something on that. Or maybe even you can go to like a first five. You can probably throw a first five alternate total in there. You know what I'm saying? Those are other bankroll builders that I go to. Alternate totals, like a first five alternate total. Throw a under in there. Throw a under 5.5, 6.5. I wouldn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? When at the end of the day, you know. We're trying to get money. We're trying to profit in our deposit. Next game on the on the docket here, we got Toronto Blue Jays at Detroit Tigers here, over under 8 in this spot. Bassett, I did have some numbers on Bassett, didn't I? On the road, he gives it up to lefties on the road. 5.74 ERA on the road. Let's see, 270, 292 batting average, uh, and a 356 batting average to lefties. So that's something that's really kind of concerning there. This Detroit team, you never know which Detroit team you're going to see. The no hitters or what? I don't know, but Scooble, I think he pitched 4 or 5 innings last time. I expect him to go a little bit more this time. He pitched really, really phenomenal. Um, I'm looking at some lefties here. Maybe if you can get Riley Green in the lineup, Kerry Carpenter in the lineup, those are some guys I wouldn't mind going to. But I don't know if I'm gonna do it. But those are some guys that I wouldn't mind going to on the Detroit side for bats, and on Toronto side, I couldn't talk you off Bichette, but not my favorite game here. Toronto is just so wishy washy, man. I'm probably just gonna end up leaving this game alone totally. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the point now where I just want to say Detroit Tigers are nothing. Detroit is just, I mean, Toronto is just, whoo, whoo, they treacherous. All right. And then I couldn't talk you off. Like I said, Matt Chapman, Boba got almost a thousand OPS, 991 OPS versus lefties, and then Matt Chapman, he's 1 for 5 versus him with a home run there. He's a thousand OPS versus lefties there. I would only take Matt Chapman for a home run if I was to go to him. You know, that's what I do when I mess with him. All right, so next game here, we're looking at Kansas City Royals at Cleveland Guardians here. I'm just looking for Cleveland to continue beating this team. Looks like Kansas City Royals going to run out of bullpen. Shane Bieber, not my favorite pitcher to back this year, especially for the simple fact that he just don't get a lot of Ks. You know what I'm saying? Strikeouts prop sitting at 5.5 for him. He's only went over 5 strikeouts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times this season. He's 5 for 18 to this number. Uh, Kansas City will strike out. They're steady going down. You know what I'm saying? And they've been stagnant last 30 days, last 14 days, last 7 days. They have been striking out, but I just can't take a Bieber strikeout prop. You can see, look at all that. You can look at all that. Now outs, sitting at 18 and a half. I probably won't be going there, but it's doable. The walks for him, he will give up some walks, but I'm not even going to go there. All right, and earned runs for Bieber has been kind of concerning lately. Four more earned runs in 3 of his last 4 games. At the end of the day, if you don't want to take any hits or anything, I mean, take Cleveland on the money line. These guys, I'm not a fan of this Kansas City Royals bullpen if that's what they're gonna roll out there today. And then, the guys have been doing the heavy lifting over here. Josh Naylor, Jose Ramirez, of course, and Rosario, and that's another batter. So those are some guys that you can throw in your hit parlays and stuff like that. Atlanta Braves at Tampa Bay Rays. We got an over under 8.5 in this spot. Elder on the mound, Eflin on the mound. Atlanta Braves, you're gonna get plus 110 for them on the road here. All right. Eflin has been good. He's been okay. All right. Let's look at some of Eflin's numbers here. Eflin's been okay. So first of all, we got Elder. His K percentage sitting at 19.2. Just down. 17.9 for lefties and 20.6 for righties. He's been barrel percentage down. He hasn't been giving up a lot of home runs, so that's one good thing right there. On the flip side, you got Eflin, who's sporting a 26% K rate, 27 to lefties, 24 to righties. That's okay. Barrel, he probably been giving up a few bombs to righties here and there. I have to go back and check. Okay, either way it goes. So even though if you got good K stuff, you can strike these Braves out. You can strike some of them out. All right. If you got good K stuff, I don't want to try to. I don't want to find out. I don't want to find out. This is probably their best chance right here. Well, this would have been the best chance if you asked me for Tampa Bay to get these guys here with Elder on the mound. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Because he's shown the ability to give up runs here and there. Eflin, Elder as well. Elder's been pitching better. I mean, good as of late. Only giving up last 2 runs in last 3 games, last 4 games, 2 runs or less. Um, Eflin, he's been good. No more than 2 walks, none this season. The outs have been there for him. Pitched 6 innings in every game except for 4 this season. And the K's been looking okay. So his strikeout props in at 5.5. Whew, I don't want to take a strikeout prop, man. I don't want to take a strikeout prop. um, I can't doubt these. I can't doubt these bats here. All right, I can't doubt these bats. I can't doubt these bats here, Atlanta bats. I'm gonna take Atlanta here on the money line. I'm going for 3 strikes. I mean, I took them in 2 games in a row. I'm probably not gonna sprinkle much on them, but I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take them here. All right, and you know what it is versus right. It's gonna be Murphy. It's going to be Olson, and it's going to be uh um Acuna. Now uh Ozuna, he was popping out for me. He was popping out for me. it might Ozuna might pop out. You know what I'm saying? He might pop out today. Keep an eye out on Ozuna. You might want to live bet his bat or something like that. I'm taking Olsen for a home run today because he looks like he was popping for me. You know what I'm saying? He was popping for me in my in my numbers here. He was pretty much popping for me, so I'm gonna end up taking him for a home run. Not a lot of home run candidates on this thing on the slate that I really want to target, but I'm gonna take him for a home run. Cincinnati, at Milwaukee Brewers. Here we got over under 9 in this spot, 9.5. I'm sorry. Um, I expect runs to be put up in this one here. Cincinnati Reds, they've been hitting lefties okay, so I like that. Couldn't talk you off some numbers from Yelich. I'll probably go right back towards hits, runs, and RBIs, depending on what it is. Let's take a quick look here. Um, Good thing about this first game, well, mostly all the usual suspects are coming out at 1.5 right now. But let's see. Let's keep it moving here. What game was that? Seattle, man. Nope, that wasn't Seattle. What the fuck game? Oh, Cincinnati Reds here. So Yelich is at 2.5 right now. Ellie De La Cruz is at 1.5. Um, I like that at a minus 140. What bats do I have in here? Mm. So I had keep an eye on the lineups here. I had Senzel in there, Newman in there, McLean in there, Steer in there. So we'll see who's going to come out. We'll see who's going to come out. All these guys here are hitting lefties well. Steer 900 OPS versus lefties. McLean 950 OPS versus lefty. Newman 858 OPS versus lefties, and Senzel 1000 OPS versus lefties. All right. Uh, you know, they hit lefties well, but um Mally, if I got any numbers on him, Mally, Smiley, what's the fuck is his name? Wade Miley. Yeah, Wade Miley. He's been all right, but I can't. This team has been overriding batters there. Since Seattle Mariners at Houston Astros, here we got an over under 8.5 in this spot. Gilbert on the mound, and then we got Black on the mound. Okay, Black is not one of my, Black on the road is trash. He's a little bit better at home now. Black is a little bit better at home, so I give him that. Okay, and but he have been, giving up roads. So 273 ERA at home and 482 on the road. Okay, so that's like in a nutshell right there. He gives it up to lefties, but like I said, he's better at home. Okay, um, one bat that was I'm not gonna target. We do have an over under 8.5 in this spot here. Two bats. It was two bats that I was looking at. Two bats I was looking at. Okay, now lefties. You could target lefties versus Black, and I was looking at JP Crawford. JB Crawford has been playing some good ball. You can add him to your hit parlays, hit runs and RBIs, whatever case you want to be. Yeah, I couldn't talk off of that. And now, last time I don't think I want to go to him in this spot um versus Gilbert, but I gave him out last week, and Yanya Diaz. Okay, so for some reason he popped. He popped for me over here with my with the model thing I got here. It's some reason he popped. Okay, he popped. At home versus right hand pitching. He's really really good. He's really good. He's good. He's good. So you know, he hit two home runs when I popped when I gave him out last week. I'm not giving him out today, but I might sprinkle something on this total base or put him in a hit parlay. But nothing else for this game here. All right, another game where I'm undecided at is this Baltimore Orioles game. We got an over under 8.5 in this spot. We got Ryan on the mound. We got Gibson on the mound. Gibson hasn't been the best. Ryan is really, really good at home. His K prop is sitting at 5.5. It's a lot of fishy numbers here, if you ask me. Minnesota numbers, especially the last 30 days, they edging Baltimore out. So I'm gonna stay away from the side in this one. I'm gonna stay away from the side. I looked at the K's. Like I said, I look at the K's for just for Joe Ryan. Have some interest at it, but I probably don't even fuck with it, man. Weekend baseball, I probably don't mess with it. I probably don't mess with it. I'm scared. He's got good numbers there. He's hit this number in every game, 11 for 17 to this number. I couldn't talk you off of it, but I think I'm just gonna fall back. All right. Um, you don't know when. I don't know. I'm starting to get a sweet spot for the Baltimore team. I don't know when Baltimore is going to pop out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when they bats gonna pop out. They got some bats that hit righties well, and Joe Ryan is good at home. Take it, take it for what they got some lefties that hit righties well. Take it for what you leave it. I was looking at um I was looking at these lefties here. And so Kyle Gibson, I'm trying to find something. Gibson pitches his worst versus lefties. So guys like Kurloff and Joey Gallo, Julian, those guys are in play. Buxton, he's 1 for 3 with versus him with a home run. One thing about Buxton, he does hit righties better than he hits lefties. Okay, so Buxton is in play. Chicago White Sox at I mean St. Louis Cardinals at Chicago White Sox. We got an over under 9. We got Giolito on the mound. Giolito has been pitching good at home. I give him that. And then you got Mats. Now, I don't know how long Mats is going to pitch. I was looking at it. It said it's supposed to have been Liberatore's spot, but Liberatore got his ass beat up. Um, so he's got sent down or something like that. But um, Mats versus lefties. Then you got these White Sox versus lefties. You already know. Anytime. Okay, so I gave these guys out last week, and I'm gonna give them out again. All right, but then I'm gonna throw a little twist in there because uh I'm gonna throw Tim Anderson is into the fold this time. Vaughn is into the fold this time. Then those are two guys that I want to throw into the mix, right along with Robert number one. Robert number one. Um, he's just smashing lefties, especially at home. Matt's giving it up to righties. And Eloy Jimenez, he's hitting fucking lefties really, really good. And Matt's giving it up to righties. And then Big Burger, who I'm only looking towards for home run, he might take his ass deep today. Chicago White Sox, they are favorite, and I think they should be favored. If I bet this game is going to be White Sox on the money line, I like the bats. I like those bats that I just named, especially the Burger. Um, I'm rank them in this order. Uh, it's going to be Robert number one, Eloy number two, Burger number three, and Tim Anderson could probably go crazy today. He could probably go off. So hits, runs, and RBIs and shit like that. Might see or maybe an over team total for the White Sox, whatever the case may be. I'm gonna like those White Sox. Um, Colorado Rockies at San Francisco Giants over under 8 in this spot. It's going to be San Francisco or nothing for me. It's hard to pinpoint the bats here. It's hard to pinpoint the bats because they have San Francisco. They just have so many moving parts here when it comes to the bats here. Couldn't talk you off Logan Ware strikeout proper sitting at 5.5. If you want to tease it down, you can tease it down. I probably would tease it down. Um, but like I said, as far as the bats here, it's hard. It's hard to decipher who's going to be in that lineup. I have to see who's going to be in that lineup first. So what I'm going to do here, I did put a couple bats in there. If you get Austin Slater in there, he's 8 for 31 versus Freeland, batting 258, 5 singles, 2 doubles, and a home run. And Freeland is pitching his worst versus right hand batters. So, uh, you know, Austin Slater is a righty that hit lefties well, and if you catch somebody like Patrick Bailey in there, um, He's 1100 OPS versus righties. Okay, and then I can get down with him at least throwing him in the hit parlays. If you just want somebody from the Colorado, you could look at Ryman Man. He's 9 for 28, six singles, two doubles, and a home run versus Webb. Uh, and what's the name snuck in there and got a home run from him in his young career. Nolan Jones. So those are two bats. Rewinding it back, to the Chicago White Sox game. Um, Arenado has been hot. Okay, so he's 5 for 6 versus him. All right, so let's keep it moving. Pittsburgh Pirates at Arizona Diamondbacks. We got an over under 9.5. Uh, if I'm right now, we got Davies on the mound, and Davies Uh, he's pitching his worst versus lefties. So that's none. I'm looking at two bats here for the Pittsburgh Pirates here, Reynolds, and I'm looking at Sawinski. Sawinski is going to be a home run candidate for me. Could talk you off going to the home run for Reynolds either. Reynolds is just a good baseball player. So those are two bats from Pittsburgh that I'm looking at. I expect runs to be put up here. Pittsburgh, top 10 worst bullpen in the league. So that's right now. They're going to be rolling out a bullpen game. So I expect Arizona Diamondbacks to put up runs as well. Can talk you off the over here. All right. Uh, since we got a stationary pitcher on the Arizona side, and you couple that with the fact that Zach Sawinski got better numbers versus righties on the road than he does at home. His numbers are elevated like that. So yeah, I'm gonna really, really like Jack Sawinski. OPS over 1,000, slugging around 700. Yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying? So rack them up for a home run today. Probably my favorite home run candidate today. Only gonna probably do like 3 home run candidates today. We'll see. Um, New York Mets at San Diego Padres. Here we got an over under 8 in the spot. This game has an underfield to it. Max Scherzer on the mound, Musgrove on the mound. Lately, Scherzer has been a beast in the strikeout department, and he's been giving up some home runs here and there, but I could probably look past that. He's got 8 strikeouts or more in 7 of his last 8 games. That's really, really phenomenal there. The outs has been really looking really, really good at a parlay piece right now, 17 and a half. These guys will hit home runs. San Diego would. But he's been pitching okay. He's been all right. He's been all right, giving up hits here and there. And then you got Musgrove. Musgrove has been pitching well as well. I don't like to target New York Mets for strikeouts, but can't deny that he's hit this number in 4 of his last 6 games. 11 strikeouts versus the Los Angeles Angels his last start. Um, Lately he's been good in the house department. 17 and a half at -175 is a parlay piece for me if I want to go there. He's hit this number in what 7 of his last 8 games. The walks have been down, and then the hits allowed, meh, and then the earned runs has been down as well for him. He's been pitching really, really, really good. This game has an underfield to it. Probably won't be betting it or nothing like that. Like I said, maybe something similar to that Pittsburgh, to that Philly game, just teasing down a couple strikeouts and then um, teasing down a couple strikeouts and then probably going to under 1.5. This is no one first inning candidate here, right along with that Philly game. All right, both of those games are no run first inning candidates for me. The Chicago Cubs game is no run first inning candidate for me. Those are 3 games that I'm looking at for no runs first inning. With that being said, guys, peace out, man. Have a good day. Good luck.